This is Bill McFadden from Tone Pure Music, and in this video we're going to do a quick look at the piano template. So click on Piano, Apply, and then we'll go ahead and double click. Well, before we start selecting instruments, we need to choose a block. We have intro, theme, transition, end. So we'll go ahead and do a theme, drag that over here, and then we'll go ahead and do a sentence structure. Here's just a name, measure, sentence. Here's a question answer. Let's do that. Just drag it over. And now, if I select in this area, I generate a piano track. In this case, it's an accompaniment track. And if I double click on it, I can adjust the roll from accompaniment to melody. So let's leave it as accompaniment. Well, actually, it's always good to start with a melody, so we'll go ahead and do that. Notice the chords are automatically provided, and I can change those. So let's listen to the melody. So it's repeating because I have the repeat icon selected. So now let's go ahead and double click at another track. And this time it's an accompaniment, so that sounds good. Now notice the yellow one, that basically tells you you have an independent clip. If we take a look at the documentation, you can see that the bright yellow means it's an independent melody. The sort of orange is an independent accompaniment, and then blue or light blue is independent background, and then purple or light purple is independent bass. So we want to get some independent stuff going. And if you'll notice, the accompaniment track is an independent accompaniment. Otherwise, it's dependent on a previous melody track. It could be a double melody, and it would be dependent on the melody, or a double accompaniment track would be dependent on the accompaniment track. So let's go ahead and add another piano, and let's mute that temporarily and listen to the second track that we added in conjunction with the first. So it's probably a little busier than we want. So if we click on the second track and go over to rhythm, also there are momentum, the number of notes per track. Let's go ahead and do low on that. And then complexity, rhythmically very low. So this complexity is referring to rhythm. Apply that, and then we rewind it. Okay, now let's listen to the track that we entered. Now this is a double accompaniment track, and let's go ahead and change that to, so if we go to rolls, we have accompaniment, we have background. Let's go ahead and change that to a background. And let's go ahead and, so now this is a background. Notice it's an independent background because of the blue color. Let's go ahead and solo the background track. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that. The dynamics are okay. The rhythm, maybe we'll add a little bit of rhythmic activity, and have less notes going on in the momentum, less notes per measure. And then the register is okay, medium register. Polyphony, we only have polyphony 1. Now, one of the options when you have a background track is you can add polyphony. So I'll go ahead and add a 3-note polyphony, apply that. And then let's listen to the background track. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and play them all together. So we'll unsolo that and listen to the 3 tracks we have so far. Now in future versions, hexachords is going to come up with different voicings. Instead of everything being in the root position on voicings, there will be first position and second position voicings. So all the inversions will be covered. And now that we have our 3 tracks, we have a melody, accompaniment, background. Let's go ahead and add a background, but a bass track. So select bass. And then let's just solo that. Okay, that sounds like a bass, but I want to maybe reduce the rhythmic activity or the number of notes. Not so much the rhythmic activity, but the number of notes per track. So we'll go and have the momentum very low and maybe add a little more complexity to the rhythmic structure. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, so we basically have a low rhythmic activity and just 1 note per measure. So let's go ahead and, because we want to increase the rhythmic activity, let's go ahead and do one more thing. From the momentum, let's get a couple notes playing per measure and listen to that. Whoops, and we just want to solo it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and listen to them all, and I'm going to go ahead and increase the volume in the melody track because we have a lot of things going along with it. Go to Forte, Apply. So that pretty well wraps up just a basic overview of the piano template. So this is Bill McFadden from Tone Pure Music. If you like this video, please click like. If you want to be notified of upcoming videos, please subscribe. So Bill McFadden signing off from Tone Pure Music.